Welcome to Get Serious. Today I want to do a audio read through of the latest Serious News newsletter. Excited to deliver this one to you in audio format. I think it's going to convey pretty well here. So I titled this one a $10,000 per day decision I delayed. What I'm thinking about. The energy and alignment proper focus brings, coupled with the visceral pain of subtraction. Over the last couple of months, some of you have been asking, any update on Landpricer? Which, for those of you who might not have been aware, it's an AI-enabled software built to reliably price land, as the name implies. So I've hinted at some updates, and here's where things stand. For much of the past year, throughout 2025, tension of running two businesses was weighing on me. For example, blown deadlines, being over budget, existential turmoil, to name a few. Particularly as it became apparent that the marketing, sales, and operations for Landpricer did not overlap with Serious Land Capital, or SLC for short, as much as originally anticipated. Plus, the learning curve and resources required to build an excellent software product continued to punch me in the face. In need of advice, I attended a private mastermind hosted by one of my earliest business mentors, Ryan Levesque, a top-notch internet marketer and best-selling author who now focuses on the digital contrarian, which inspires my weekly Serious News newsletter. And within the past couple of years, Ryan and his business partner, Richard Cousins, sold their info product business and software business for a retire and live in luxury amount of money. Few folks could provide as qualified an opinion on my situation as these two guys. As we sat at Ryan's 100-plus acre farm in one of the most beautiful towns in Vermont, I reserved my hot seat to attempt to resolve my SLC and or Landpricer question. There was a lot of great advice shared. But the takeaway from Ryan and Richard, in retrospect, we regret not just focusing on one company. Even though we had a great exit, we would have made a lot more money if we had gone all in on one business. Hard to be more clear than that. Without question, I'd choose SLC as the primary operation. If there were two of me, I'd run both companies, but at my current skill level and set of resources, only one is feasible now. SLC is already proven. We've just had our most profitable year to date in the midst of the worst real estate market in 20 years. We were sporting a 54% IRR. We just ran the calculations. I enjoy the day-to-day more with SLC, and there's at least the same monetary potential as Landpricer has, though perhaps slower, just given the nature of more hard real estate business, to put a definition on it. But that's fine, since we have a 50-plus year vision that we anticipate building upon. So we are still right at the beginning. And given how far along the Landpricer product was, though, I set a 6-month deadline to ship an MVP and then potentially sell the company to a strategic partner or find another operator to take over the day-to-day. Again, we didn't choose to start Landpricer for giggles. It was built with SLC's needs and rigorous standards in mind, which extended to other land investors. And if another company came out with a pricing software that fits the standards we needed, I'd gladly close up shop. So far, nothing is even close, unfortunately. And I've tested everything, at least as far as I'm aware. Even with that deadline, a validated MVP was still further away than anticipated. What I thought would take a few days would more realistically take a few months. particularly as we conducted real-world pricing exercises. Around this time, I attended the live event with Alex Hormozi that I've referenced a number of times and did multiple podcasts about. And anyone who follows Hormozi's content knows how often he dissuades entrepreneurs from running more than one business. This was hammered home being in a room with 100 other business owners, and about a third of them were in the exact same situation as me, trying to run more than one business, and many of them attempting an AI software play, anticipating a sizable exit. No special snowflakes. After the fifth identical story, Alex started interrupting and filling in the gaps, already anticipating what these other business owners were going to say. Very apparent during all of this is that there was a reason we were in the audience, and Hormozi was on the stage sporting a net worth of over $250 million. Results don't lie. At the end of the event, Alex's team reminded us that intelligence equals the rate of learning. Learning requires making decisions and taking action. So the faster you make decisions and act on them, the quicker you learn. Shell-shocked, I left knowing that I had to accelerate ending my day-to-day operation of Landpricer. My split focus was costing SLC thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of dollars each day I delayed. There were a few groups who had already identified themselves as being interested in running daily operations for Landpricer. And if they didn't move forward, worst case, I would sunset the company, as painful as that would be to swallow. Talks are ongoing. I'm optimistic that one of these opportunities will solidify, and we've already had demos in front of 9-figure real estate operators, reinforcing the idea that we're solving a real problem for the industry. I'd still be involved as a board member and domain expert, as well as a customer, which is a much better fit while I remain purely focused on operating SLC and giving our clients and our team my undivided attention. Whether I'm at the helm or not, bringing a software product to market that positively impacts the land industry and enables other entrepreneurs to achieve their dreams is still the game plan. In the meantime, I've resolved to never start a new business unless and until I can step away from my primary operation for at least 3 months. And the business not only doesn't burn down, but grows. We aren't there yet. And in the meantime, there's a specific excellence in doing one thing at a world-class level and never stopping. SLC deserves that. You deserve that. Need funding from an operator with zero distractions? SLC has my complete focus, no split attention, pulling me away from underwriting your deal with world-class rigor. We are actively deploying capital on X plus margin opportunities, $50K minimum purchase price, same institutional grade standards, now with 100% of my bandwidth. So you can submit your deal on our website, email funding@seriousland.capital. Hope to work with you soon. This was a fun one to read. Hopefully you enjoyed this story here. Subscribe and share, everybody. Would love your feedback. Looking forward to next time. Take care now. Bye.